Hey, yo, what's good with everybody, man? I hope everybody's having a productive day. Feeling blessed. And like I always say, is one life, one chance. We only got one chance to do this right. Let's get it done. As you guys requested, you guys wanted a part two interview with the homie from Salinas. So I thought I'd bring you guys to this new topics, new discussions. How you doing, my boy? How's your day going?
Pretty good, bro. How yourself? It's another
Doing all
day.
right, man. Your family told me about an incident that they wanted you to talk about, and it was about that one you kind of told me about, but you know what I mean, that YA one. So go ahead and talk. We're gonna talk about this YA story, and then we're gonna talk about when he was sold up with a carnal, a C on the yard. So get into that YA story.
All right, so we're gonna start it off with I know last interview we were talking and discussing in regards to the YA stories and stuff, but so much that happened that I couldn't really think about every single situation until I sat back and reflected on certain things, right? Now, mind you, I haven't told stories in a long time, so sometimes you get a little rusty. But yeah, there was this one instance, right? In YA, so sometimes they segregate you by groups. So, for example, the North, the South, blacks with Crips and Bloods and so on and so forth, right? Um, so there was this outsider from San Jose. Uh, I think the administration messed up and they thought that he was a Northerner because he was from San Jose. Um, Mind you, this dude had three dots on his face and he was bald. You know how Southsiders look and whatnot. So we were in landscape class in Preston, right? It was myself and like four other homies, right? And two of them were from San Jose. So mind you, like if you're from San Jose, you're pressing the 408. It was called 408-831, right? So people from Monterey County and San Jose, they were clicked up. So it was 408-831. Um, so they're like, hey, like like there's a scrap, but like to ourselves because we can't like disrespect them like that. There's still a certain type of respect, but in the law it's like it's a scrap, fuck them. But so this particular instant, right? We were in landscape and in Preston. Um, for people that have been there in landscape, it's like they take you up to like little mountains and they let you there, right? So like you could like try to make your own plant or like water the plants and teach you about agriculture. So we went up there, right? And all along we are like, oh, this is fucking scrap, bro. Like, what do we do? What do we do? And the homie from Sounds, oh, I'm gonna catch a fade with him. So we're like, okay, it's good, right? Just catch it one on one, nothing of it. And then after you beat him up, then have him, hit back to the pod and tell him that he can't be in this class. Mind you, this outsider, bro, I give it to him, right? Like he had some balls on him, bro. Like he wasn't going out. Like he was like, nah, I'm gonna stay here till the end of the day. And we had three periods there, because they kind of based it on periods too, kind of like regular society.
Mm-hmm.
So first period, right? We're planning a POA, bro, plan of attack, right? Like, okay, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna call them out. Um, we can't jump on because then we go back to the pod, then it's gonna kick off. So we're like, all right, cool, like, and not only that, we got a little our like a little channel, for like for the time where he was like he was like a little rep, for that building, and there's still reception, but it's still kind of like kicking us out there with the people from the little main line already that are there, and that reception, they find out where you're gonna go, like OH, Chad, stay there at Preston, and so long story short, bro, it's first period, we're up there already. This the teacher, he's old, he's hella old, right? So he just tells us like, all right, go up there, do whatever you want to do, just make it seem like you're doing something, because cops come in every like end of the periods to check up, like, okay, everybody's good, you cool, okay, he smashes out, right? So we waited for the first period, they did the first little check, they left. So the homie, he's like, hey, tells the Southsider, hey, check it out, catch my fade. The Southsiders are like, all right, it's good, run it. So they start fading it, right? They start going at it, bro. Boom, 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 going at it. The Southsiders beating on the homie. So we're like, God damn, bro, like embarrassing, bro. Like this nigga's over here whooping you, like what the fuck, right? So the homie jumps in and hits him on the side. Boom, bro, like just drops him, right? So mind you, like we already know, oh, it's over, bro. Like by the time we go back, it's gonna be a riot. You already side busted him. So we start just getting on them, bro. Like everybody is like four or five of us, bro, to be exact, right? We just start bombing on this nigga, bro. Like start stomping him, like kicking him, like, and we start just beating on him, right? So we finally stopped and we're like, hey, all right, that's cool, let him be, right? Because we didn't even see him fight back or like moving, bro. So we're like, fuck, like what the fuck? And then like he's on the floor, bro, like knocked out, bro, right? So like in our thinking, we're like, damn, bro, fuck, I think we killed him, right? So we start panicking, mind you, like it's an landscape class, bro. So we have shovels, like little pickaxe things, like to water the plants, make new plants, dig holes in the ground. So we like, ah, damn, bro, like fuck, what are we gonna do? So the other homie from San Jose, because there was two of them, he's like, fuck it, bro, let's fucking bury that motherfucker. They're not gonna know he's here, like they fucked up anyways. We're like, fuck, nah, and then we're just thinking about it like the pros and cons, right? Like, but there's cameras, they're gonna see them coming in and never going out, so it's like we're gonna get blamed for it. We're like, fuck, but regardless, we killed them, like this motherfucker's dead, like we're gonna get charged. Like if they don't find his body, like, we'll put plants over it. And we're like, mind you, bro, like little ass kids, right? We're like, ah, damn, like, fuck, what are we doing? And now we start panicking, bro. Like, so we're like, all right, look, check this out. Like, one of you guys go distract the teacher, right? The rest of us, we're gonna fucking start burying his body, like, and then one of the homies are like, we'll try to see if you find something, start cutting him up. We're like, no, just bury that nigga, bro. Like, let's bury him, right? So we're like, all right, fuck it, So all paranoid, bro. Like, so we get two shovels, bro. The homie started digging the hole, right? And finally, bro, like this dude like does a noise, bro, like right, and like we stopped and we're like, oh shit, right? We're like, oh shit, and then we're like, what do we do? Do we finish him off? We're like, what do we do, bro? Like we're like, oh shit, like we're like, all right, well, we're not going down for murder, bro. Like just tell him he fell. So we like kind of like like get him up, bro. Like, hey, bro, like you're right. Like so like, oh, you motherfuckers jumped me. All right, they say. Mind you, bro, like his face is all fucked up, bro. Like his eyes, like, and he was light complected, bro. Like his head, like all bleeding, bro. Like this dude just looked like he just got ran over by a big ass semi, bro. Mind you, like five of us jumping on him, bro. Like homies like jumping on him with 2 feet, like boom, boom, like So we're like, we honestly for a second we're like, damn, we killed this dude, bro. Like I swear to God, we killed him, bro. Like like we're started digging already, bro. Like the homies started digging and shit. Like, oh, we're gonna bury you here, bro. Like this is it for you, you know. So finally we're gonna move. Like, nah, you tripping, bro. Like, and then we're like, nah, you fought the homie just 1-on-1, bro. Like he got on you, bro. Like he beat you. And then he's like, nah, like I remember you guys jumped me, bro. You guys jumped me, bro. Like so he starts walking out, right? And we try to hold him, like, nah, bro, like relax, bro. Like like the cops are gonna see you, like, they're gonna make a big scene. So we already knew, like, fuck, bro, it's over. It's gonna kick off as soon as we get there, right? So he ended up covering himself. Like, we get jackets and sweaters, right? So he threw his jacket over himself, bro. Like, and we will walk back to the dorm, after like he waited. We were there for like two or three classes, right? So like he hugged it out, bro. But like we could tell, bro. Like he put his head down on the desk and shit. Like we were just like, fuck, bro. Like I think we gave that nigga a concussion or something. He got something, bro, cause like he was like damn, bro. Like all messed up, right? So we go back to the dorm and like we go holler at the homie real quick, like, hey, bro, like, like the homie just fought with this dude, right? And then he's like, well, damn, like they looked at him, right? And even his fucking homie, like he's like, damn, perrito, like you look fucked up. Like what happened, right? Like, and then like they all gathered together, they start talking, right? Mind you, like this is lunchtime now. So after lunch, we got to go back to our fourth and fifth period. Um, so everybody discussing, right? Like they're talking to him, and then we're talking over here with the homie, right? So then like the cops and this, he noticed him, so he's like, hey, check it out, come here, like what happened? And he's like, oh, nothing, like like I don't know whatever story he told him because I wasn't there next to him. But they ended up taking him to medical to get him evaluated, right? They check him out, whatever, and they bring him back. But we can already tell, like the Southsiders, they're already tripping, So they're like, all right, whatever, like. So without us knowing, they were waiting to go back to school because all the other Southsiders were there, right? So this caused like a whole institution, like little riot with everybody, right? Um, and so we ended up going to class, and then now the fourth period after lunch, it was myself and two other homies, and we had like seven Southsiders, right? So I already knew, like, oh, it's a wrap. And then one of the homies that was from San Jose was one of the ones that was in my class, and the Southsider told him like, oh, that he ended up getting jumped by the San Jose car, right? Because he didn't really tell them, I believe, that all of us jumped him, you know, but everybody jumped him at that time, right? So the Southsiders, right? And then it happened to be that the same dude that came back from the hospital, that when we jumped, he was in my class too. Like the fourth period, because we're in the little reception, so we all have classes together. But other Southsiders get to come in too, so they start telling them, right, like, so they waited till everybody, and I'm pretty sure they spread it out the word, right, like walking through the little school and classes and shit, because we integrate with them. So instantly, bro, as soon as they close the door, the cop leaves. They're like, "Hey, check it out, fool!" Like, and he just snakes the homie. Boom. So me and the other homie get up, and then we start going at it. This dude start hitting us with chairs, bro. Like chairs are getting tossed, like we just going at it, bro. Like we got beat up, right? So it was our turn, but it wasn't as bad because like it was at least it was three of us against like seven of them, right? So it's like we just going at it, at the end of like the when they fight, the teachers go outside and it's like, oh, stop, like you're hurting them, stop, because like they were hitting the main homie from San Juan, they were smashing him with the chair, bro, like, boom,
Oh,
like so he got fucked up, like his whole shit was split, like he didn't come back for like a whole week, bro. I don't know if they put him on lockdown because they thought that they was gonna keep kicking off, but like everybody went on lockdown for 3 days,
they
and
kicked
yeah,
off in
bro,
all the
that was
classes.
the Monday.
They kicked off in all the classes.
Yeah, every single class, like every single dorm in whole Preston, bro. Like the whole thing was on lockdown because everybody kicked it off. Like the Southsiders are like, man, like you guys jumped the homie. You get what I'm saying? So it's like that's like if you hit somebody on the ground, if you hit somebody like without them looking or like it's an automatic kickoff, right? Like oh kickoff, bro. Like boom,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
instantly, it's a kickoff, right? So that happened. So it we had so many riots because of that incident, bro. Like, and right after that, right? Like, so we get together and the homies are like, "What's up? Like, you guys feel played? Like, like what happened to you? Like you feel played?" And then a couple homies will be like, "Nah, yeah, because they didn't even know what was happening, bro. So it's like they just kicked it off on us for no reason. So like I think like after like certain riots, like the administration, they let the reps from each hall come and talk to each other to try to calm things down, right? Or to like calm down the situation. For example, give us a blind shot. So the cops set it up like, okay, like get few of your people, go to the back. There's no camera. Hand it out and then drop the issue. You guys won't get in trouble, nothing like. So they'll let us squab up back there for a while, right? And that's outside. He picked the homie again, bro. So the homie was like, oh, I'm gonna get smashed, but like, cause he already had smashed on him. That's the reason why we jumped in the first place. So he ended up squatting with the homie. He beat him up, and like after saying riots, right, like a couple homies caught a blinds and stuff, like. But after that, it was just like it wasn't big riots. It was just fights, like round flags after round flag. Like okay, my turn now. Okay, my turn now. So it was certain instances like that, bro. Like so the last interview I didn't really go full in there into like all the riots that we had or all the little fights that we had because I know we were going into like time frame and stuff. But yeah, there was like so many like riots that we had, bro. Like that I didn't elaborate about, but that was one of the main ones that I had forgotten about to tell you. And maybe like this last one that was kind of like it was messed up before I got paroled to county jail. Like I got stomped out like bad, like stomped out, bro. Like honestly, like they stomped me out, like so.
The
I wasn't in
Southerners.
Preston. I wasn't in Preston no more. I got transferred from Preston because I was the last bus because they closed down Preston, right? So I was the last bus to get transferred to Chad. So I don't know. I don't know if it was 2010 or the beginning of 2011 when Preston closed, but it was during that time frame. And because I paroled 2011, the end of almost 2012, and I went to Chad. We had a few riots because like a lot of people were getting like you know when you put a lot of new people and people are trying to establish like a little stronghold or push a hard line, like you know you can't be here, you can't be here, and that riot, I remember they couldn't stop it because it was way too many people at the school area, and they had to bring staff from OH. But on that particular riot, I don't remember much until like I woke up and I was just already in handcuffs, like because no, for real, bro. Like those dudes, like they beat me up bad. Like, and I remember I had a solid ass black dude because we used to like in jail too. We had like this C14, right? They were cribs, but they'll push like a C14 card. So they'll be like, oh, well, if you guys get in a riot, we'll get in you with you too, you know, because we were hella outnumbered. So I remember that day. I was best friends with somebody from San Leandro. I think he's no good either. So his name was Doobie, right? And we were next door neighbors because he's cell living. And I remember one of the homies. He's still good, so I'm not gonna say his name, but one of the homies had been messed around with one of the staff in there, and she had brought a phone, and he would let me borrow it at night, right? So like just in case of raid, like he won't get caught with it, you know. So at night he'll give it to me right before lockdown, so it'll be like 8:30, 9 o'clock. So I'll be like, all right, here, you know, like take care of it. So I remember I was on the phone and I was about to go home. I think I was gonna go see the board like 3 to 4 days before that riot happened, and so I was on the phone, bro, and you know I was calling whoever I was calling at the time, right? And I was up all night, so I was hella tired. And I remember they popped everybody out for school, right? Like at 7:30 in the morning, 8 in the morning. They're like, all right, school, you know, like everybody. So they popped the door, whoever's going to class, right? Mind you, I already had graduated too, so I'm like, "Man, I don't need to go, right? But if you don't go to school, that means that you're refusing, so you'll get a write up, you know. So like any write up prior for like 90 days prior to that, like all messed up your board hearing, so you'll get denied to go home. And I remember Doobie, he was banging on my wall like boom, 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 like hey, hey, you know, telling my name and stuff. He's like, they popped their door open, bro, like go to school. And I'm like, nah, I'm hella tired, bro. Like, you know, I'm not going right now. Like I'm about to go home, you know, like fuck school. And then he's like, bro, you're gonna get a write up and that's gonna pop up, you know. And I'm like, God damn, you're right. But not only that, because every time I went to school, I'll hand him over the phone. So he did it more because he wanted the phone, you know. So I'm like, all right, bro, I'm gonna go out right now. So I put on my fresh white tee, bro. I had some black Air Forces. I still remember that day, right? And like your jeans that they give you there, they're like crispy blue, so they look like 501s, right? So I throw that on, and then I throw on my jacket, my white jacket, you know, and I walk out. So everybody goes downstairs, and you're on your chairs, right? So you sit down, and then like they tell you, okay, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that, and they give you your lunch, and you head out to school, right? So all that happened. I get my lunch, I start heading out, and I remember this. I was there with a violator. He was a homie too, named Shadow, like all blasted, bro, big ass XIV or X4 on his face, like. But he was from San Lucas. He's no good no more either. Um, so I see him right standing on the line, and I'm like, hey, what's up? Like, but he looks all serious, right? So you could tell somebody's demeanor, bro, and like his face, like, oh, like something's off, right? Like, in contrary to when like nothing's going on, like they're playful and playing, like, oh, hey, what's up, bro? Like, you know, like let's start to smoke or something, you know, like what's up? What we gonna do? You know, like who has it? So I see him out serious, right? And I'm like, damn, there's something wrong with this dude, right? I'm like, he's probably gonna fight or something, right? I'm like, hey, Shadow, what's up, bro? And then he's like, what's up, Benny? Like he's one of those dudes, right? Like anytime he says anything, what's up, Benny? Like, oh, that's right, ain't it? You know, solid feeder, like strong line pushing dudes, right? And I'm like, God damn, I'm like, damn, bro, like, what's going on with you, bro? Like, you know, like, you seen a ghost or something? Like, you know, like, what's popping, bro? And then he's like, nah, he's like, tie up your shoes. And I'm like, okay, my shoes are tied up, bro. Like, you know, like, but I had the high top Air Forces, so you know, like the little thing that
Velcro.
you strap on the top.
Yeah.
It wasn't strap on, you know, like I had it like it's my little swag, right? So I didn't tie it up. He said like tie up your shoe, and I'm like they're tied up. He said like nah, like the whole thing tied up. It's like it's going down. I'm like oh man, but I'm like what do you mean like it's going down? And then he's like yeah, another homie fucking from 707. His name was Ryder. I don't know what happened to that dude, but I doubt he ever see this shit, right? So his name was Ryder, right? He's a little short dude, bro, but he's always like, he was in a homie in the streets, so he tried to get put on in YA. So he tried to prove himself, right? So he was just taking off, bro. Like every time, like he'll go to the hood for 3 months, come right back out and kick it off and go right back, right? So like that was his like his 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 bones, right? Like he was pretty much putting his bones in that way. So we're like, and then he's like, Riot came back out, so he's about to kick it off at school, and he liked to make it like a big riot. Like he didn't want to do it in the dorm, because in the dorm it's only them and then that's it. So everybody from each dorm, it was like 5 dorms, 5 to 6 dorms. They go to school, and it's all gated, right? And then everybody sees each other. So I'm like, damn, bro. I'm like, fuck. And then now in my head, I'm like, fucking doobie, bro. I should have fucking stayed, Like now I'm gonna get a fucking write up for a riot, and for sure I'm not going home. So he's like, all right. So he starts telling me his little POA, right? He's like, okay, so the homie's gonna come out from that class, and then we're gonna come from the back, and then the other homies are gonna come from the side. So he has his whole plan already, cause he already knew the plan, right? And he's already telling me like, all right, and then it's just me and him. I'm like, damn. So we got to walk through a metal detective, right? In chat, there's a metal detective to walk through it just to make sure that you don't have no like knife or anything that's metal, like stuff like they, and then they pot it, they do the little wand search to make sure you don't have anything on you. So we go through the metal detective and everything, take off our shoes, pass through, and then the bell rings. So it's they trying to make it like a little actual school, but it's like in jail, bro. Like well, we're still like humans, right? So they let out the class. We're walking in. It's a bunch of people, bro. Like it's a pack, right? So I'm next to Shadow. I'm like, okay, like this dude's tall, hella buff, works out every day. He already came from county, and he's pushing a hard line, right? Like he's over here trying to teach us the bonds and like how to program and like all this stuff, right? So I'm like, okay, cool, right? So I'm listening to him. I'm like, okay, that's the big homie, like he got hands. Look, let me stick next to him, like I'm like, and I'm telling him, hey, bro, as soon as you drop somebody, I'm just gonna stomp him, all right? And then he's like, yeah, nah, he's good, It's like back to back. So the back to back, like we have a little policy, like, 'cause I know we're gonna get stormed out, So back to back, like he gets behind my back and then make sure like you don't drop, like just keep fighting, like just do not leave my back. Because if not, it's gonna be over, right? So the alarm, we see Ryder coming out, bro, right? And he just hits the south sider, boom, and then they start fighting, right? Boom, boom, boom. They start fighting, but none of the south siders jump. So we're like, what the fuck? Like, so we're like, what the fuck? And then the alarm goes, get down, get down, get down, right? So everybody's like on the knee, like a knee position, but 1 foot up and the knee down. And we're like, what the fuck? And then like they get down, everything, whatever, and then the cops come and then they put him on handcuff and then the other Southsider, and we're like, what the fuck? Like, and as soon as they put him on handcuff, the cop stops walking off, the Southsider gets up and kicks the homie in the face. Boom. So after that you just see everybody, bro, like if it's a straight gladiator school, like gladiators, like just like boom,
Yeah.
everybody up and attack. Boom. Everybody starts running. The plan that me and the homie had, we were supposed to cut straight through the grass, hit the Southsiders from the back, because they're gonna be fighting. The focus is main up there, hit them from the back. Well, this fucking dude, bro, runs the opposite, and I run directly through what he said, bro, straight to the Southsiders. So I get there, like, oh shit, right? So like, fuck it, let's get it, right? So I start fighting the first Southsider, bro. Start fighting, boom, 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 and then I run to the next one because he starts running. So like in YA, like how you in a riot, right? So what you're supposed to do is just hit and run. Never stay in one position, right? Because if not, they're gonna pack you and it's over, and it's gonna happen what happened to me. So he starts running, and I start running to another dude, right? But he was like a paisa, Sureño at the time. I don't even know what he was, right? So I run up to him like, "What's up?" And he's like, "No, no, 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 yo, paisa, paisa, no, no peleo, like, no, 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 no." So he lays down. I'm like, okay. So when he get laid down, I turn around and then there's 2 Southsiders. So I start fighting them, bro. And then the dude that laid down that said he's paisa gets up and then starts kicking me, bro, like hitting me from the back. And I turn around like, oh damn. So now I'm like, oh, it's my turn to run, I gotta run. So I start running, bro, and that fucking dude, bro, that plays soccer, he fucking trips me, bro, like a soccer kick, boom, bro, and I fall. It was a wrap, bro. Like I don't remember what happened after that, bro. Like I was just getting like I remember I was trying to get up, bro, but that motherfucker was kicking the shit out of me, bro. Like boom, boom. So I just covered up, and it was a wrap, right? I don't remember waking up. I was sprayed with my hands zip tied, bro, and I'm like, damn, like, but hello, like I'm choking, bro, because it's hello like spray, but we're out in the field, right, like from the school field in the middle. I'm like, ah, damn, what the fuck? My head, bro, is throbbing. Like my head hurts, bro. Like it just hurts, bro. One of my eyes, I can't really see through it. Like I feel my lips, bro. Like my shit was fucked up, bro. Like I was fucked up, bro. Like I was like, oh shit. And then they had me next to other Sureños. So these motherfuckers thought I was a Sureño. Right, so they leave me there with them, and then the homies are like, hey, bring him over here, and I'm like, fuck, bro, like I'm dazed, bro, I'm like, ah, damn, like my whole shit, like I feel tired, like I want to sleep, like I'm like, ah, damn, my whole body hurts, my face, my head is throbbing, like I'm choking with the spray, and finally, bro, like they start taking everybody by sections, like they call out your dorm, right? So they start calling everybody's dorm. The My dorm gets called out, and like I try getting up, and like a cop came and like pulled me by my arm and shit, and then they take everybody to their cells, so they lock us all down, right? Eventually, like, and then we ended up finding out like they couldn't stop it, like, cause there's only certain like CEOs that work at the time, so like they couldn't stop everybody. So it's like they'll keep spraying, like they'll run out of spray, like they'll run and motherfuckers will start keep fighting, like they'll get down. Once one wave will get up, they'll get down, the other one will get up, and then like they'll attack each other, like, but I was out for it, because I was getting like my ass beat. And long story short, we ended up going to the cells and everything, and then like the homie see me right, and he's like, "Oh damn, bro, like you got your shit rocked, like you got beat." And I'm like, "Fuck!" And I told him, "This is fucking stupid as fuck, bro. Like I want to stay sleeping, and all of you tell me to go to school. You see what happens? Now I'm not going home because of you, bro. Like, I'm feeling played. I'm feeling played at him. I'm like, you're gonna catch my fucking fade when we come out, doobie, bro. Like you got me fucked up, bro. Like it's how you fucking fault, fucking idiot." He's like, nah. It's like I didn't know that was gonna happen. And then he's like, besides, if you wouldn't have gone to school, the homies would have thought that you were a coward, like, cause you have to go to school. They would have said you refused because you knew what was gonna happen, and they were gonna fucking, drop you like a leva. So it started making sense. I'm like, yeah, it's alright, right? Well, I swear to God, right? My counselor pulls me out, and she's like, "Are you alright?" And I'm like, "Yeah, why?" And then it's a she, right? She's like, "But we know what happened. Like, you want to tell us what happened?" And I'm like, "I don't know, man. Like, I wasn't even involved." And then she's like, "How the fuck are you not involved? Like, look how you are. Like, we know what happened. She's like, and then she tells me like this, like she's like, "We're gonna let this slide, but since you were getting stomped out, literally, bro, this is what she said. You were getting stomped out. We're not gonna write you up so you don't do another riot. Like we're just gonna let you go to board, and leave it at that." And then I'm like I wasn't involved, so I'm good, right? So I'm like, shit, say less, right? So they put me back, and then the next day they start bringing us out by groups, and then the homies, bro, like they're like, "Hey, what's up?" Like they're telling me, bro, like that I was getting stomped out. Like I'm not really knowing. I'm like, bro, like I was knocked out most of the time. So like, but I'm fucked up. And then I was, so you want to rock it again as soon as they let us out? And I'm like, nah, bro, like I'm gonna go to board. Like it's good. Like I'm not even tripping. Like I'm not even getting a write up. Like, so let me go to board. And if I get denied, then after I come back, then I'll rock that shit myself. And they're like, all right, it's up to you. Like, and then remember the homie from Modesto that I had, he was a C14 dude. She's like, damn, cuz, you were getting your shit hit like a soccer ball. Like, you know how blacks are and shit, hella pumping it up. It's like, God damn. I was just like, God damn, like, get up, get up, get up. He's like, but you weren't getting up. They were chasing your ass. And I'm like, yeah, that's fucked up. And I tell him, nah, it's fucked up. You should have jumped for me. And then he's like, nah, I'm about to go home too. So it's like, they'll pick and choose when to jump and when not to jump. And I'm like, well, what happened? I thought you were C14. And then he's like, yeah, but I'm going home. So like, whatever, but. But long story short, like, I got my shit rocked right before I fucking paroled, and I got away with it because I got beat so bad, bro. Like they didn't want me to cause another riot, so they're like they turned to the side, like we didn't see what happened, like
Man,
the,
your whole YA career is just Loss after loss and jumped and beat and almost
bro,
buried.
motherfuckers getting, bro. You know how it is, bro. Like